What's up, everybody? Tommy Har with the Real Side of Real Estate. We're standing outside of a house we bought yesterday. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to buy real estate using none of your own cash, and also the plans to keep this as a rental property literally with a $0 down payment. So if you ever heard of it, it's called the BRRRR method. I'm gonna show you in real life all of the numbers, the process, and the house itself to get it, buy it, keep it as a rental property, and create wealth for yourself using other people's money. Without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so we just bought this house yesterday. It's May 6th, it's May 7th now. We bought this May 6th for $85,000 right here in Columbus, Ohio. This is a B-, maybe a C+ neighborhood. Great rental properties, easy flips, and we're gonna be owning this property with none of our own cash like we talked about in the beginning. So we're gonna walk around, we're gonna show you what the property looks like. We just started demo yesterday. So the guys are in, the dumpster's here. We're getting this place cleaned out. We're getting our layouts already chosen, and I'll walk you through some of the rehab. So Rob is in the kitchen. This property was a deal that we brought in through our wholesaling company. So Cameron, my acquisitions manager, my sales manager, he physically hand-dialed, cold called this lady that sold us this house. This was a probate lead, meaning she inherited the house from a person in her family that passed away, and it was left like this, and they didn't know what to do with it. So this is a perfect scenario for people trying to buy houses cash. This is literally an exact scenario where somebody's like, I don't know what to do with it. They left all this stuff. There's holes in the walls. There's trash everywhere. They just don't have the means, they don't have the money, they don't have the know-how to fix a house up like this. So with a little bit of negotiation and a lot of follow-up, we locked it up in contract for $85,000. Now after we fix this property up here, it's gonna be worth $220,000. The reason I know that is because properties in this general area, literally square foot for square foot, bedroom for bedroom, bathroom for bathroom, are selling for $220,000. So you want to look in these areas when you're buying properties for investments that have direct comparable sales. So we're on a main street here, but the whole neighborhood behind us, everything sells for the same because they are all the same exact house. These are the easiest first flips you can do. So what we're going to be doing is ripping everything up. We're not taking this property to the studs. We'll be fixing up the holes in the walls. We're gonna remove the paneling, and we're gonna just freshen this place up. We're gonna spend about $55,000, maybe $60,000, fixing this place up. So I'm gonna go through numbers here in a minute, but for the time being, I'm gonna have Robbie take you through a B-roll of what this place looks like as is, and let's talk about some numbers. Cool. So it's not a huge house. It's about 1,200 square feet. We're going to be spending $60,000 on the rehab. So here's what the numbers look like. And we're going to go back to the office after this, and we're going to run through the actual financials. When we buy the house for $85,000, we're going to put $60,000 into the rehab. 85 plus 60,000 is $145,000. Remember, we're all in 145. Let's see. Let's say it's 3 months later. This house is beautiful. It's worth $220. We're in 145. That is a what? $80,000 or $75,000 spread on that. So here are the numbers and what it looks like. So we raised $145,000. Let me lock my phone up. $145,000 from a private money lender. So that's our all-in. That's our loan right away. So let's say we got a 12% and 2-point private money loan. So $145,000 for the entire year. So this would be our loan for the entire year. The interest that we would pay, $17,400, and then I'm gonna divide that by 12. So for every month that goes by, I'm gonna pay my private money lender $1,450. This property is gonna take us about let's call it 5 months, starting yesterday when we closed, to finish and rented and get it to the point where you can refinance. These guys are going crazy here. So times 5, and that's when we exit that deal. So 145,000 plus 7,250. 145,000 is 152,250. This is going to be my payoff, but I also need to tell you the points. So 145,000. Point is an origination fee or a percent on these loans. So times 0.02. So that's going to be 2,900 we pay to our lender as well. So we had 2,900 plus, I think it was 7,500 plus 145,000 is going to be our payoff to our lender in 5 months of 155, let's call it 156,000. So that's $10,000 of fees I have to pay to that lender. It's very, very important. Very important, because you're borrowing their money. And remember, if we flip this house, it's worth 220. We owe our lender 155 grand. That's our spread that we're gonna make minus realtor costs and things like that. So here's the next part, and here's how you own this thing with none of your own cash. We owe my lender 155. We can go over here. So we owe my lender $155,000 in 5 months. This property is worth 220,000 bucks. A bank, so once you get a property rented out, let's say that a tenant just moved in, we're getting $1,800, $1,900 of rent. They just moved in. This property is now an income producing asset. So the bank will send an appraiser out. That appraiser is going to say, Tom, I love the finishes you did. The things you did to this house makes it worth 220. So they're going to give me 75% of that new value in the form of a loan. So think of it this way. If I were to go buy a house on the market as an investment property for myself, at market value of 220, I have to put 25% down. That's what they're doing, but opposite. They're making you keep 25% equity in that home. So I'm going to pull my calculator out one more time. So 220 times 0.75 equals 165. So this bank is going to lend me, so remember I have a private money lender that I need to pay off. This bank is going to lend me $165,000. This is the long-term bank. They're paying off my private money lender here, and that person is paid off, and now I have a loan for $165. Remember, my private money lender got paid off $155. This loan is $165. So the extra 10 grand is for closing costs, origination fees, and fees to the bank. So that means I have $0 invested in this property. So if I were to go buy, in that same scenario, a property for $220,000 and I had to put 25% down, I would have to put 55 grand down to own this asset, whereas we just created that equity through construction, finding a really good deal. When we cold called this person, we didn't find it on the market, this was off market. We bought it for 85, put 60 into it, then we forced the value to 220, and now we created that 55 grand worth of equity. This is the game we are playing when we're working through these deals. You gotta find a really good deal. You gotta learn how to manage a construction site like this. Follow along the YouTube journey. Make sure you like, subscribe to see the rest of this thing come to life. But that's where the money is made. If you're searching on Zillow, if you're searching on these places online, you're not gonna find deals like this, because the best deals are done off the market. You got to find wholesalers. You got to actually learn how to find these people that are motivated. And if they're that motivated, they're not going to go find a realtor. You got to seek these people out. So let's go walk around the outside of the place and let you guys get back to it. But it's a great deal. If you take anything from this video, I want you to take away a couple things. Number one, you got to learn how to find really good deals. A deal like this is typically never done on the market. It's done direct to seller. So either you learn how to wholesale, or you go connect with other wholesalers, or the last one is connect with realtors in your sphere of influence. These people dedicate their life and their job every day to find deals for other people. So connect with people that are finding these. And number two is you gotta learn how to raise capital. Raising capital and using other people's money has literally made me a millionaire by the time I was 27, 28 years old. We find houses like this, we get such a discount on them, we raise the purchase and the rehab, and then the next thing you gotta do is just learn how to figure out construction. And it takes time, you gotta follow people like me to understand it, but it is possible. So if you can learn to find the deal, raise the capital, and manage a construction site, I promise you, in the next 5 years, you can completely change your family tree. So that's why you need to be liking, subscribing to this page right here for the real side of real estate, taking you through real deals, day by day things that we have going on in our business. And if you want to get an even deeper look, make sure you join the real side of real estate community, where you get direct access to my team and everybody else within our community, even deal funding opportunities, deal finding opportunities, and learn how to do all these things on a really deep level. So hit the link in the show notes, book a call, or just join. We'd love to have you. Let's go get some money. Appreciate you guys being here. Until the next one, let's get it.